my main motivation to be actively involved in Republican politics is the life issue. And I think when you look at that being a priority and why you end up being a Democrat or a Republican, there is no room for the pro-life movement within the Democrat Party. So in order to move the ball forward to protect the lives of children, you have to, it's a political movement as well as a moral movement. So I joined the Republican Party as a way of fighting against the taking of the lives of children, and especially the unborn after 1972 Roe v. Wade. And a lot of people talk about, the religious aspect of it. I'm a very devout Catholic. I work at it, but I was pro-life before I was an active Catholic, because it is one of the fundamental things that if you do not believe in the life of a child, what can your belief system be in this country? So when we break it down, what we're really talking about here is if you don't believe in protecting a child, or on the other hand, if you think it's okay to kill a child, how will I believe in other things that you say? It's a fundamental, basic rule of morality. And so when we talk a little bit further and we get into some of the details of it, we've been very much involved in the legal aspects of it and all of that. What we really need to do is have two parts of that. We want to talk about the legal issues that have come and gone, the Roe v. Wade, the Dobbs decision, the voting of putting 9-month abortions in constitutions of states, where it's happening on a regular basis now, where Vermont was the leader in that, where I was very actively involved with a lot of very good people, much smarter than me, much more active than I am, to fight that from being in the Constitution. What we now need to do, because we've moved with the legal aspect of it to a point that we can't bring it back, that it's legal in many of the states now, and it's going to be legal in many more states. We need to have the moral fight now. We need to talk about options for women, and we need to start talking about giving life to children, giving life to families, giving life to women. So we need to start talking differently now, and we have to start talking about the moral issues involved in this. And I really want to get into a little bit later on, perhaps, about what choice really is.
Yes.
So we've got a juggernaut of Planned Parenthood out there talking about choice and all of that stuff. But what they really mean is, do I have the only choice they're giving women is, do I have an abortion today or do I have it tomorrow? So there's no real true choice out there. So we need to be involved in the morality and the moral fight to make sure that people understand that this is a child, and please tell me when it's okay to take the life of a child.
Well, and that's what, so you've brought up a lot of really great topics. You've touched on a bunch of the things I wanted to talk to you about, wanted to ask you about. So let's first address that moral issue. Like, when does it become a life worth protecting under the Constitution? That's one of the conversations that I've always found so interesting, is the unborn are by far the most dehumanized people ever on earth, right? We have said, and as my shirt says, or Planned Parenthood and pro-abortion advocates have said, oh, well, it's just a clump of cells. It's just a clump of cells. It's not really a human being. And then what I said was, yeah, but I'm a fully grown human being and I'm still just a clump of cells.